yo. Le club ba mon dit, on va quoi ouais de loin. Le ko no ese abobe. Nous ni voilà, la fino le kira pour pas son ko ta mon père. Je que chablo la so. Bonne joja, bonne comme na we. Ya ko asian lo. Le bonne joja sian, bonne comme na we. Ana se bole la tu wa so nous ni wela. Pa oni wa so e mo no so ta mon père o. Nu ade wa. Ara luki. Pa oni wa so e mo no so ta mon père o. Klo. Ani abia sogo abaira konu kwedu sialuwe na chiawe sialuwe bobiewe na gebere klaluwe sedre nyokonwo na mabako wede no wa ko isia boble la tuwo so anu ni wele na mabako wede wa ke no ko di fo awe mo na da fi o son we ye tamo bien do mo igbe o do wa jeje o mama ko ne ko na we ana se boble la tuwo so anu ni wele mo jo siawe pa nyokon wa nu trouble de Jamuni pote wa o loyon. Tutu pote wa o. Onu loyon duwe. Papa we de mo. Bona se bole la tuwa so we nu ni wele. Wela nyoma koma si mu e ma ko ri man ju so la le ma yo we. Monje de la nyoma o. Mo so ina yo. Monje dia ma nyoma e. Na mo wa uluwo. Monje che ada nyoma. Na mo so ina yo. Ya lui qui pote wa o, wala nyoma jagwe mu lui qui pote wa o. Atadi pote wa o. Wala nyoma kwa we de mo, ona te bole la tu wa zo we nu ni wele. Ni wa so en so go ta mu fe o. To di ke fe, ma de. Sorry gelo. Bébé Kari, laisse à ce que du soir le midi. La fino. Ase idawe ma Birodi Yala Stéphanie c'est de Côte d'Ivoire moi ouais mon boko we de loin on était pour la tu vas so we nu ni we la di wa so en lo yo so ta mu pe o ya mo le pote wa o peri ju so pote wa o ni mo te bi e ba mu ni pe ya bu so go iba idi we de mo saru wa ko ye nyamu ije blo yanju we ba ka neje ode je nyombo e mo no neje ode we ko ye nyamu mo mo ko we de mo so we wa ko ye nyamu
je rappelle que on José que wa no blo yandai je sou et sablo de fino de kela le metan e podai mo du wa mo popo ya bi de Rosette ne Ah, Julitea. Papa Mo. Nana Colette. Maté Hélène. La de Joséphine. Ah, maman Taylor. Ya kuiwa naye. Bailo Rufina. Ça va de faire un vrai moment. Ok, petit Yusuke. Ça a bloqué. Collègue, on s'attend pas. Ah, Julitea. Papa Morel. Mon pasteur.
Good evening, folks. Samson to La Bropa Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning in. Please do us a favor here. Just click on share and share this video, share the live feed here tonight. Help us to reach out to as many Liberians as possible, your brothers and sisters, to join us tonight to have a conversation about our own country, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. I want to thank you all for your continued support of Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank you all for coming in again tonight. Please share this video. Just click share and share it to as many people as possible. We want to thank you very much. We appreciate all of you again tonight. Let's go ahead. Safety, safety, Lord Jesus. Want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for the opportunity to be here. We want to thank you for the blessing that you allow us to be here. We want to thank you for everything, my Lord. Yes, without you, we're nothing. We say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My Lord, we ask for more blessing. We ask for long life. We ask that you guide us. We ask for more opportunity. We thank you for things yet to come because we know with you everything is possible. We know with you things, beautiful, beautiful things are yet to come. We know they're coming. We thank you. We thank you for that. My Lord, as we come before you again tonight, we ask that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the President of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. Whichever he touches, my Lord, bless his hand. Whichever door he knocks, open the door in the interest of Liberia, my Lord. We ask, my Lord, to extend his life. We ask, my Lord, to give him wisdom. We ask that he be blessed. We ask that he will give him wisdom to do what is good for our people. And because of that, we say thank you, appreciate you, and we'll continue to praise you. We ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks, thank you for joining us tonight. Let's go ahead. First thing I want to say here. Yes. You know, and that's why it's good for me to come out here and continue to read these things here. This wonderful, wonderful writing. Why is it not showing? Okay, well, I think when the light shine on it, it don't show. But anyway, it calls the revolution. Okay, it's good for us to look back. It's good for us to look. People die for this election. People die. People die for those people to be elected. But for some reason, it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to them. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You elect people that really don't care for your interest. They lie to you, and you know they're lying. So this is just another sad day, from what we heard this afternoon. Very sad, very sad. You know, back in the days, one of the things that I respected those days, even though I don't agree with the Dewey Party and his people, but that they would tell you we will mistreat you, and they will mistreat you. You see, then you expect to be mistreated, and you will be mistreated. They don't come and lie to you, say we'll treat you well, and then mistreat you. They tell you collect your taxes, we will not give you, and they will not give you. But at least you expecting certain thing will happen. But now these so-called indigenous themselves, they're worse. They're worse. They give people the vote. One man, one vote. People suffer. Not only did they die, they went to jail and got flogged massively. Got flogged. Liberians were thrown in jail because they wanted one man, one vote. And we have him misuse it. But I'm not gonna. It's Liberia. Whatever we do, it's up to us. It's up to the. It's up to the. Whatever of Sunny Wayne. Thank you for watching from all the way from Sunny Wayne. Thank you. You know what? Whatever we do is up to us at this time. So all I can do is sit down here after work. I'll sit down here and have a conversation with you. After they are going to bed, and you know, when it rain, whether you're still walking the same way we used to walk in the mud when it rained on the river. That is 1976, 77, 78. The same way we used to walk in the mud in Liberia. Up to this time, when it rained, many of you still walking in the mud. To go to your homes, to go to your houses, you walk in the mud. But you elect people who's supposed to be elected to fix your country. You elect them. Let me read something to you here very quickly. Very interesting reading here. It says identity communities. Identity, or no, let me take that back. Identify community. It says when someone is part of your group. Now listen to this. Listen to this. This was something that I did some research some time ago, and I put it together to give as a speech to a group that invited me to give a speech, and I did that. And this is what it said: when someone is part of your group, it is easy to see them as individual. When you think of them as part of another group, it is more likely that you will apply biases that lead to exclusion. They are your group. You feel they are part of your group. They're for you. As long as they're a member of your group, they are individual. But as soon as you put them one side, they are not individual anymore. You approach them with biases. You approach them with different things. You look at them differently. In fact, if you're not careful, you will exclude them. This is what we were facing back in the days. Because we were not part of the elite, we were not part of the two-way party elite. They decided to exclude us. It was easy because they didn't see us as individual. We were not part of their group. Why would they take us as individual? We were separate. As a result, without even thinking twice, they were able to separate us and consider us as, as someone of less of a Liberian. We were not equal. And many of you that grew up in the 70s, late 70s, let's put it this way, and started knowing yourself in the early 80s. Yeah, me, I Maria now can wear shoes in the early 80s. Hmm? You will know what I'm talking about. There were certain clubs you were not allowed to go into. There was certain cinema, movie hall you cannot afford to go to. You're making $100 a month. What can you do? Coming to the United States, those days was like a war. Coming to the United States, if you were not somebody, if your name was not a different name, if you were told you coming to the United States in the 60s, in the 70s, and 80s, it was not an easy tax. You got to not only bribe, you got to bring cow, goats, chicken pot, forget it. They eat it, they eat your chicken for free. And then people came from here, young men, young men came from here, and a lot of people who have been cascaded me, attacking me, of talking about progressive. In fact, some of them don't even want to talk to me anymore. Which it doesn't matter; they can go. A friend is a friend. A friend who don't want to be friends, I don't want to be friends. That's it. So it's not an issue. But we believe the progressive left out of here and decided to open the minds of Liberians, open the mind of Liberians, and decided to say, we're going to show you. All we ask of you, all we ask of you is to give us your ears. Some of us did that. And they were saying today that the progressive did nothing but brought trouble to you. No. The progressive, in fact, I will argue, prolonged the trouble. The progressive were people who were there to help you to understand one man, how important it is. Now, what they didn't tell us, in a real sense, the result of this one man, one vote, what entails, what are the processes, what are some of the things that comes with that one man, one vote. The responsibility of casting your vote. We were never told the importance of casting a simple ballot for somebody. We were never told how important and how crucial it is for your survival. So when they talk about it, they were not explaining to us this. If you have the opportunity, this is how you're supposed to take it serious. They were not talking about the responsibility that come with that one man, one vote. They were telling us you must fight for one man, one vote. And the two-way party, on the other hand, they were using identity community. They are group. They consider themselves a group. And when they consider themselves a group, within that group, they recognize each other as individuals. And because they have exercised us, because they put us aside, that we do not fit within that community, we were then not just marginalized, forget it. They decided to completely exclude us from the governing process. And when the time came for Liberians to actually put this into practice, having had war, put this into practice in 1985, it was a mess. A mess. And the Dewey Party was saying, well, you want it, you got it. Y'all go ahead. We're waiting. We'd like to see what will happen. Because they themselves, on an honest note, very serious note, they themselves were quite aware how difficult it is to pull that group together. The group for which they consider each of them, the other member of that group, to be individual. Because if you consider someone else an individual, you will have to respect that individual. Eh? If I consider you as an individual, I have to respect. I have no choice. Because if I think you are an individual, to be an individual comes with certain characters. I have to recognize the character in you that make you an individual. And therefore, I have to respect you. But if I don't consider you as an individual, I consider you as outsider. Why would I want to respect you? But here's the interesting thing. When these young men were preaching, how important it is for we Liberians must have one man, one vote. These people have put us aside so much that we gravitate toward those messages. Because there was nothing else to compare. The message that was coming from the progressive, we couldn't compare it with because Two Party were not giving us no message. Because they've already put it aside. So they will not teach us. You'll be lucky if they sing if you go to LU. You'll be lucky. If you were to go to one of the elite high school in Monrovia those days, it was a privilege. You dare stand in the street and criticize. But as Liberians, we always wanted this one man, one vote. Very anxious to exercise that. So when the opportunity came back in 1985, it was a mess. We were not prepared. We were not seriously were not educated. The civics lesson was completely nyama nyama. No good education on how the importance of going to that ballot box to cast the bags, to cast for someone to come to lead you. How much power, as an individual, how much power you're giving your individual authority to a single person or a group. That they themselves, once they consider themselves group now, they can put you aside because you also are no longer an individual until election time comes around. And as a result, we're out here fighting with each other. Liberia want one man, one vote. We want to get somewhere, but how do we get to that point? It's the main issue. You see on the show, we got 4, 5, 6, 7 people, even those of us that support this government, this president. We arrive at a decision at different stage. We're not taking the same boat. Even the rescue train, there are people in the train on board this train that are not in the interest of the rescue train itself. Politics, it's a game. I agree. But if you come in with this kind of identity, what I just read to you, when we emphasize community, listen to this. This is what is killing us. This is what is killing us. When we emphasize communities rather than differences, it is easier for us to find our common humanity, respect each other, ideas, and work together. I'll give you another example. So back in the days, when I was in serious trouble in Monrovia, 1981, here is a line of death. If I fall on this side, I die. Fall on this side, I live. And I was right here for complete 6 months in Liberia. There were times in Monrovia. I grew up in Monrovia. I know Monrovia. But there were times in Monrovia, second time in Monrovia, I did not sleep in the same house for almost 6 months in Liberia. I go to their house, sleep there the next day. And every time my son, my idiot son right now, I put him on bike. You want to kill me? You will kill me and my son. I'm not leaving here. But we moved from friend's house to another friend's house. For the entire 6 months, people were willing to put up with it. I was like this. So there was this time I went to Town. I thought I could find some sort of a peace in Town. Because my hour turning, my people, my hour turning like crazy. And I thought I might be able to find peace in Town. I went to Town. No peace. because everything was reminding me about a little just yesterday. We were here yesterday. Yeah, I am now. I don't need to be here. So I decided to come back to Monrovia. We're coming to Monrovia. This is, let me read that again. Let me read that again. And I'll give you that example. When we emphasize communities rather than differences, it is easy for us to find our common humanity, respect each other's ideas, and work together. So when we're coming back, I think I told you guys this story before. Between Tapeta and Groy, just before you get to Groy, poof, the tire flat went out. Boom. So one of those pickup truck have benches in it. You sit down. You sit down. We sit down, and here we are. So I said, because I wanted to get to Monrovia, my son. I said, let's, the driver first, the driver told us, we don't have no jack. We can't lift this car. We have nut. We can loosen the nuts and stuff, but we can't jack the car. So we have to send wait for a car coming from Second Pier, take one of the cardboard back to Tapeta, and hopefully we'll find a car from Tapeta to come here tonight, and we'll then use the jack, because when we go to Tapeta, we'll get jack. Or we let somebody go to Second Pier, get a car coming from here, take us to Second Pier, bring the jack back. So I asked the guys, I said, why don't we all just lift this car? Oh, but I'm getting paid. I'm gonna lift the driver. I pay the people to take me. Eh? I'm gonna pay them. I'm gonna wait and do the. Who will pay me? They refused. By that time, the sun was going down little by little now. The guy left. The car came from this side, took him to Tapata. 1 hour into the problem, nothing coming. So I stood there again. I said, I think, because at that point I wanted out of there. I said, we need to get out of here. Let's lift this car. One other guy got it. He said, yeah. I must say, I'm getting hungry now. I'm just going to Second Pier right now. I'm so hungry now. I need to be home with my children. You're not lift the car, man, my people. The people who were saying earlier that they didn't want to do it, because at that point they were not individual yet. They were not part of the group. They were outside of the group. That the group was the carboy and the driver. So after talking, they said, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We became a community with single goal. Lift that car, put the tire on, we get out of there. Okay? They started respecting my ideas, because it's my idea now become community point, focal point. We did that, lifted the car, put the tire on, we left. Why am I saying this? If you do not consider member of your community, if you do not do community stuff, you care less. Let's move forward. President, we have decided to do community project. You remember that, right? And this kinds of behavior still happening. And instead of them going to the community to give them first of all, you go to that community. You have a community meeting, and you ask the people, those community, why is President, we are bringing this project in your community? You're not the only people in this town, in Monrovia, that needed this role. That role could have been taken any part of Monrovia, any community in Monrovia, and they will still be able to enjoy themselves. And allow the community to understand the importance of bringing that project to those community. And making them to be part of that project, so they can take ownership. So they can take ownership of the project. Because first of all, you don't have money for maintenance. Go look at those community project right now, those community road. Go look at it in a pothole everywhere. No money for maintenance. And since you don't have money for maintenance, the people that are on that road, the community member, let them take ownership of that. And they will respect it. And they will respect, when they respect it, they will make sure people who utilize the road, they use it effectively to benefit them. But what did they do? They decided to make it into community road, which then become a government project. They're not community project again. So community members that the people think it's in their community, but they consider the people think they are outside now. They have no respect for that project. When they want to delegate that role, what's his name? President, we have told them. We put a role here to help your children so they don't walk in the mud and walk in the rain anymore. Please maintain this role. Make sure we don't have no people coming and fix. This is not a role to have mechanic shop. True story. There's video there. Go and watch it. Go look at the old community now. Nothing. Nothing. And all over Monrovia. It's not that the government is not doing their best. People come and watch drainage system, manhole. They take the manhole cover. They take it out and go sell it because they have no interest. It is not part of them. That manhole cover is there to make them money individually now. They are no longer in the community. If you inform the people, take care of this. This is yours. This is a government, but this is your project. You explain to them with benefit of them maintaining that. You don't have that. And once the people don't have no respect for whatever it is, they care less of the result. In Liberia, you can be building road, the people come in at night and take the crush rack because they have no interest. It is not their project. In Liberia, big shots that making big money. They build these beautiful homes, but you go drive to their homes. Your car going like this, clock. You know what they're doing? Not that they don't have money to put road on it, but they're waiting for government to put road on the road. On their own driveway. They're waiting for the government to put road on so they'll be able to drive comfort. Whereas they themselves could have collect money among themselves and build these roads. And build these roads to their homes. But no, because it's a government project they're waiting for. I went to Liberia. I believe it was 2019 or 2019 or 2020. The road, the AB Tower Road, that's a road that come from here, the way junction where and go all the way, okay, could be. But as soon as you pass the overpass, the walk pass, as soon as you pass it, there's a road that go on your left hand side. I don't know what it means. But anyway, public work came, they had that place was bad. So they decided to fill it in with dirt road. I saw them because I'm an engineer. I have interest in it. I wanted to see how they were doing it. I saw them. They went and put it on and grade it nicely and things like that. 2 days later, people in our same community decided to put reverse speed control because they dug a hole 2 feet wide and about 4.5 deep. I measure it, and I call it reverse because usually the speed control is supposed to be like this, but this one was a hole, so it's going up like this. Because they say when the people are driving, they drive at speed, is their houses getting dust and things like that. 2-3 weeks ago, people driving that same road, so mud and rocks. They give you that, and you now going to dig, mess the road up. Because they're government rule and you expect the government to come by. Where is our interest as a community? None. None whatsoever. And so these are some of the reasons why I'm a little bit, sometimes I read about these progressive, but they were never able to actually brought up to speed in terms of the responsibility. Where am I going with this thing this evening? And I'm going to enjoy myself. Where am I going with this thing, this kind of conversation this afternoon or this evening? Simple, 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 simple. When we go into something without truly preparing ourselves, you might win, but you will suffer at the end. The progressive, some of us as young as we were those days, consider ourselves a foot soldier. When the red have meeting, coconut plantation, we go there and listen. And they explain to us when you come from there, your eyeball turning, your hair, all those of us that got hair at the time, your hair all standing up. Well, what kind of business thing? We're paying this, we didn't, we're not getting it. You're all mad. What they were not telling us, and I'm not too sure if there was on purpose, but that they were not telling you the responsibility that comes with casting your vote. The one man, one vote that we've all been crying for. People die to get it. Let's move forward. So in 1985, we have an election from military government to now civilian government. And I have some documents, some revolting documents, some ridiculous documents where people completely, just because they wanted power, they were explaining to each other how to circumvent the rules that they themselves put in place. We didn't go to Guinea to borrow people to come write our constitution. We ourselves as Liberians wrote those documents to protect us, protect our interests as a whole, community interest. But we as an individual now, not this type of individual, but an individual that is in an elite group now, decided they were once again going to repeat what two-way party have been doing, for which they were removed. But they decided to wrap that into a country matter, and they wrap it around like a Christmas tree, a Christmas gift. But inside was hidden agenda to bring them to power by all costs. And there were certain people, enabler, I call them. They were going to do whatever it takes for that dream of individual to be successful. And there were many Liberians that saw it coming. They said, well, no, we're not going to do that. We promised when we kill people, we promised that it was going to be one man, one vote, evenly. And we have political party got involved. And they started arguing, they used to have a lot of conferences among themselves, how to get together and how to resist. But by that time, Liberia has always been like that. There were inside the political party group, opposition, that pretended to be part of the opposition, but yet still they were supporting the leading government officials for money, for power. We have not had any, as far as I'm concerned, those who stood up among us to be really, really, genuinely in the interest of the people. They ostracized them, they maligned them with lies, throw them like the like of Avapo, throw them in jail, strip them of their humanity, strip them of whatever good character they have. And so when they talk, they say, go now, you want to vote, go run. You no longer have anything to stand for. They have put up all the lies on you. Call you traitor, call you responsible for 1979, and everybody else. They lie over and over. So here we are. Let me come back to that. I will read this thing, but not tonight. Maybe Thursday. Maybe Thursday. Because this thing has some juicy information. I will read on Thursday. Tonight I don't need paper. I can just talk. So let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Okay. So let's go on. Fast forward. There were those Liberians who decided to resist. However, they too, their resisting were hollow from my perspective. Their movement, the resisting movement that they put up was hollow because they were filled with hate. But the question then is, why did they turn so hateful? Did it happen overnight? And I said, no. Their hateful behavior in the resisting movement was something that you can say, yeah, perhaps. However, I believe when you are involved in a revolution that's supposed to benefit those that you're advocating for, your own personal hatred should no longer be part of that. And this was a mistake that many of the people that were in the resistance movement were carrying on. They were toting the load of their own personal baggage. If I win, when I come in, this person will be out. They started listing. You know, when they started doing their major listing in Burkina Faso, they started putting lists together, people to eliminate before they even went to Libya. So by the time they got to Libya, we got the papers and we got documents. We'll read some stuff to you guys. By the time they got to Libya, the list was huge. And among the resistance movement themselves, they started seeing people's name on the list to be eliminated. And they said, but they made up my friend. That guy annoying. Why I put a knee on him? Well, because he. So people were arguing. They were writing. Their brothers and sisters here in the United States. Sending the list. Sending the list from Libya here in the United States. You think we're stupid? You think we don't know? We know these things. Sending the list. Yeah, people who's supposed to be eliminated when they come to power. And that almost tear the resistance apart. Because the resistance team feel that many of the people on that list were from a specific county. And they didn't want that. Because they felt within themselves. We will need these people's support if we're going to resist. We will need the support of these people. Because if we start eliminating people, people will not feel that we are only here for ourselves. People are not listening. The key, we saw what happened. Second group of people, they felt that these people needed to be out of there. Mose Duopo, Frunkun, Jackson Dove, Frunkun. And you start going down the line. Many of our brothers and sisters, educated, highly educated, people who are supposed to speak for many people. Boom, 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 boom. And within the resistant group, they say, no, this is not what we want. Folks, when you get into something and you do not consider the community that you're part of, you will fail. Okay? Victor will send a link out to everybody. I'm not going to be begging people to come on. I can't talk. When I send link, people don't come, they don't come, they come, they come. That's it. I'm not going to be begging anybody to come. I can't talk. There were three of us when we started this, some 18, 19 years ago. I've been doing this thing for a very long time. I don't need people. I'm not going to be begging anybody to come on. I got topic. I'm going to discuss it. And I know my topic are very genuine. So I understand your question. But I send when we come on, when we open, we have link. And let me show you this. since you asked this question, it's very interesting that you will be here and ask that question. Then I need to at least show you that indeed we are here, and I'm not fooling around with it. So let me go on here. Just give me a minute, Victor. Give me a minute. And one of the things I like about this program, it allows people to okay, Terry is here. Terry, I send a link to everybody. So Terry is one of those who got a link. So let me show you something very quickly. Okay. So Victor, do you see this? You see this? This is the email, and let me click on the email. You see the right here? You see right here it has Sister Goya, and it's had in this group of LPR panelists. I have Sister Goya and 10 others. You see this? Sister Goya and 10 others in this particular email. Let's go to the next one. This is Terry, who is on here now. This is also an email that goes out to Terry and 10 others. So that's a group of 22 that we send email, we send this type of message to every night. Every night. So it's not like I just come here and don't do that. So I send it to everybody. I have people email, I connected to them. So I just want to let you know that I'm not trying to do one man show, but I'm very good at that. Until before then, we used to do one man show where we did one man show for a very long time. So I'm used to it anyway. But I'm not going to beg anybody. Okay. So let me bring in Terry. Um, Rescue 2, thank you for joining me. Let me wrap these things up and then we'll get into my whole thing here tonight. And folks, when they split up, they came in, it didn't work well. However, they were after a specific ideas. That idea remains. And we'll pick that up on Tuesday. Rescue 2, thank you for joining us. What's on your plate tonight, sir?
Oh yeah, nothing much actually. Just the song going around. I was listening to you talking about a progressive story that never seems to end. We just seem to be in a cycle,
Yes.
and that never seems to end. I think, you know, for the progressive, or almost like the apartheid in South Africa. In every liberation, the liberation is never perfect, but
Yes.
there has to be a liberation when the need arises. And I think
Right.
progressive was just the engine that was used to bring the liberation, whether if it was successful or not. One way or the other, it was successful in a sense that the progressive liberated Liberia from this one party uh, oligarchy system of Kongwa, you know, form of leadership. And I think they were able to liberate Liberia from that, even though it resulted into war. But it eventually would have resulted into war because there is no liberation with all blood. There is no liberation with all war. Every documentary I ever read about major liberation from an oligarchy form of rulership or dictatorship led to bloodshed. So bloodshed, one way or the other, would have eventually come in because people were merging into the new system and just taking power. But something you shared that I think you were talking about people taking the 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 people taking the iron, the metal from in the street, the development the government carry on, people taking the lights and things, people take it from there. And I think it had to do with poverty, high level of poverty in the country. And when there is poverty, like in America here, I came to America, I saw squirrel jumping all over the place, and then my wife said, but these are, so I asked, I said, but why are these things they're jumping all around? I said, we can eat them. you know. But and she started to laugh, you know. But yeah, the squirrel all over the place. I said, if this is what I do, I will be eating it. Rabbit jumping here and there. I said they will eat them those things very quickly. You see deer and running all in the community. You got to wait for certain season and all that kind of stuff. But that is what happened in a poverty in a community that have high level of poverty. These animals that people enjoy here in America will be eating if it were happening in Liberia, like the way they have the farm time in America here. And it is forbidden to kill any one of them, you know, just by hunting them. You gotta kill them by accident or so that it's on the. So I think it's a poverty. Poverty can make people to do those things. Those boys go on the street, pick out the, you know, what they can use to put in the middle of the road, that metal. I don't know how you can call it. You're the engineer, you know.
Those are grate of a manhole or grate of a
Right.
side ditch and
Yeah,
stuff
something
like
like
that.
that. So
But
people take the
let me disagree with you a little bit, Terry. Your point is quite in place. Poverty will make people to do those things. But let me disagree with you a little bit. Not so much of disagreeing with you, in as much as some of us never really liked two-way party, but it was a system in those days. Manhole, those manhole that cover that it takes out now, they used to be there in Monrovia. You dare touch them. You dare touch them. You cannot come from Monrovia or from Grand Juda and just decide you want to build a house because it's a free land somewhere. No. You have to go through a process before you put a house. They started building in, you know, that Labasi over there, that used to be bush. That whole area used to be like a beach, white sand. And in order for you come from Grand Juda, in order for you to go build house in Labasi, you have to go through the process. They don't do that anymore. So it is not because of poverty. It is strictly because those who are in charge do not and refuse to educate their brothers and sisters of the importance of having things done right. Now, you will say, then what? Then what? There's some sign. The community themselves, they see you and I were struggling yesterday. And because you are connected to political and what have you, out of a sudden, you're making money that you would normally not make. Not because of your education, not because of your smart, not because you have something to contribute to the community, but simply because you are engaged and attached. And so when the community finds us, they fear nothing. They have nothing to contribute. Why would they want to be part of your stuff? So I agree with you. Poverty, of course. But as long as we continue to blame on poverty and these people get away with these kinds of stuff, the more people become poverty and the more people will do these kinds of stuff. Look at the cable wire there. They cut people wire to sell.
but liberal, why you think the war came? Why you think like the way you talk about it? Why you think the war already came?
The war, for me, there was no. I really don't think the war anybody would have stopped that. But here's the thing here: the war came because we do not respect each other. We have no respect for one another, and because of that, people who were in government, they were not truthful to each other, and we still see that today. We still see that today. So, for example, the issue we talked about yesterday, that FOIA community, that FOIA project, there will be some people in FOIA that will never accept that project as being something genuine because it was not done right. The people in the community of FOIA were never informed totally to be part of that because they were lying and they couldn't do that. So when these kinds of things started happening, there were those who wanted to resist. And at that time, there were certain people. I think I told you guys this story here. No, I'm not going to say it. That's fine. But I told Mr. Soul this story. There are people in Liberia that will do things believing that they are doing it to help the president without the president knowing about it. You heard Madam Salif say when people want to fire them, they go to my sister and start begging. These are things that bring war. Those are things when you do to people, they get angry.
But then, liberal, they all boil down to poverty. Because here is the thing. Why do people go to war? They go into war because they feel that one group of people, you just said it, one group of people think that they got more than the other. And you getting these monies at the expense of the very people you're leading. So when a man looks at his condition and he looks at your condition, what do you think a man will do? The ones who can stand it, the ones who cannot withstand it, they will decide to go the other way around. And there are always people in a society that are waiting to stir up chaos at their own advantage. Once they see the opportunity, they see the chance, they will take it. All right? Once they can get people to follow them, people to listen to them, people that they can control, people that they can influence, they will take the chance. They will take the chance, because most of the people who started fighting the war, they were brainwashed. Like you said, Liberians are not sophisticated people to rationalize, to look at the pros and the cons, to consider what are the pros and the cons of my action. We don't look at the pros and the cons of any of and most actions taking. We just jump and say, "Oh yeah, we're running with it. Everybody going with it."
So Terry, your
You
point
see?
is quite in place, and this is what I keep saying. Those who are charged with the responsibility to lead us, you're not just leading us in terms of money, but you should explain to us the process. Because if you understand the process, Terry, and you understand how much you will benefit, you will allow yourself to be patient. But if I tell you the process, and first I lied to you, and second, the same process I just explained to you, the process turned around started benefiting me and not you. When I come back to you again to explain to you, you will not listen to me because I've lied to you before.
Yes.
And then because of that, this is what I keep saying. Young Liberians are so sophisticated. So what do? They come and lie to the entire community and get what they want. Now, when they start getting it, they get the money that comes with it. So they identify certain group within a community who got sharp mouth and who like to threaten people. They start supporting them. And before you look, your country is going downhill. And this is why, and now I'm going to say it again. People are going to say, oh, you probably, this is why I think that every one of those people that are serving the President Waka government are especially the young people, are missing the mark, Terry. If I were to be successful to work for President Waka, I would be one of the most successful, whatever position that I'm in. Because before I go home after work, I will go to the old man house.
The man is the president. You can't just go to your house
Terry,
every now and then.
Terry, the old man like to talk. He like to lecture people. And once he found that I like for him to lecture me, he will start missing. He will start saying, "But what Mr. Totenau? I see you. I see Mr. Totenau. You go to his house 1 or 2 times, and you start asking him questions. That man is President Waka is anxious to explain to you his experience, Terry. Why
Yeah,
you
but the
think the man in the
security will
politics?
not even allow you to always
Terry,
every day you come from work.
The first
But
thing is
but I
once he
get what you're
recognizes
trying to
that,
say.
once he recognizes that, he will let you in. You will say, tell the
Yeah.
people what Samson Kaya you want to let you in.
You see, one of the good things you always say that I believe, and this is because President Boga have the experience, is that because of his experience, he knows exactly what will cause a threat, and he goes and address it instantly. I have watched him on several occasions done that. He have done that on several occasions when the rice thing came up with Amin Modar stuff. He was able to address it quickly. When there was an allegation that, oh, they're going to put $2 on the rest, I mean Modar is putting $2 on the rest, blah blah blah. He addressed it quickly, you know.
Because he was
And
part of the progressive. He
thank
knew
you.
exactly what
He
it,
knew.
what the propaganda style was.
And
So
he
he saw CDC
initiated,
and the opposition were trying to bring that thing. He said, "Not
right.
in my government."
He
That's
addressed
what
it
I
quickly.
said.
So, and this other side of the old man, the opposition don't see it, and we expect them not to see it because, and that is why the country is rolling the way it's rolling because they don't see the experience the puppet bring to the job that he's simultaneously employing in the system that making it work. But again, we're not going to show them all those things. But here is the thing. So he addressed that. The little machine again that was going to go out of proportion and people jumping all over the place. He could have, if it were former president, we are also, they would just allow the information minister to talk something and everybody wrong with it, whether you like it or not. But he decided he himself to address it. And when he addressed it, it lay it to rest.
That the CEO threatened to suspend me
Why?
because I talked too much about that. He said,
Yeah, so the Omer addressed it. He addressed it and things like that. And then this other one again. After the information minister spoke, he said it's not sufficient. This will require myself to go and tell the Liberian people that this is not my property. He addressed that as well. And when you do that, it changes the narrative because the culture dictates that these are some of the things. But yeah, I understand that people in Liberia struggle labor with, you know, the only thing we have to our advantage is the experience of the war that nobody is willing to go back to. The experience of the war, nobody willing to go back to it.
but it's not
But
guaranteed, Terry.
yeah, I know it's not
It's not
guaranteed, but
guaranteed. You will have the tension. The tension is getting much. When you find, okay, here's the interesting thing here. Many of the people that are in the security apparatus, where they come from, many of them were involved in a war. Not that they committed treason or war crime or anything. That's not what I'm suggesting. But those are people perhaps at a lower level, but they were involved. Perhaps never fought in a war, but they were involved. So that's the understanding. Now, the point here is this: if we don't try to bring genuine development in our country, every time good people come to power, we tear them down. We don't support what is need to be supported. We criticize when we're not supposed to. We say things, run our mouths, and get people agitated, get people angry. It's just a matter of time, Terry. Whether you fought before or not, it's just a tell me now. Yeah, people are afraid to die. But what is their interest? 10 years from now, their grandchildren repeating the same thing they themselves repeated. What is
yeah,
there
but
that
the
what
society,
is there that they need to gravitate towards to say, okay, I'm not going to do anything because I have invested interest in this process. What is the process?
but
What is
but
the
that
interest?
that is why now that is why you see, and this is the reason why we will destroy our own country. The people who destroy Liberia is not the people from in Liberia who live there. The people who destroy the country and carry war there are the people from outside.
Of course.
We who in the diaspora who don't like our lives here that want to go back home, but want to go back home sitting pretty, making good money in the government. We feel that we can destroy the government to gain to bring to gain political relevance in the society. Because we feel, oh yeah, we educated from here with this kind of person. So we sit down on the media, we're all taking into consideration that everything we say has a trickle down impact on somebody who is listening. You know, like you said, it was Backer Matthew them with using the media to bring down Toba government. Ellen then using the media to bring war to Liberia. All right. So that is the power of the media. The media have always been involved into all these revolutions that have been going on in the country. And Ellen then came from, yeah, Charles Taylor came from America. Other people, they went to Liberia and carry all those things. The people you're talking about, this whole progressive group, majority of them, the Samuel Jackson, all of them, they came to America, got the education from here, got the motivation from here to go back to Liberia to with the hope that they will change the trajectory. They influence the people on the land for them to go against certain things. Now, the same thing is repeating. It will always repeat
Now,
from generation to generation.
let me just lend you something here a little bit. When they started preaching, they were preaching with evidence. They were not making up things. They were
Granted,
making reference to real life situation that is happening, that has happened in the eyes of the young people. So, for example, when they come to coconut plantation and say, 2 years ago, I saw somebody because they didn't pay their taxes and the way that person was treated. They put stake around their foot and were tightening the stake. I myself saw that in total. They don't have to say much for that for me to reflect on it. They come out. They say, you go take LU test, you pass. Then they say, oh, you pass, oh. Before you know somebody, you know, your person got a capacity, though, but the person has LU. Who programmed that person on? You have a scholarship to go to the United States. Before you know, because of your name, they change it to somebody else. Whereas before, you have already been told you're going to go to the United States, you have won the scholarship, but because of certain circumstances, you are unable to go. There are certain people that will be on your. Even when they say those things, the people themselves, they reflect on it, say yes. So it was not something that they were pulling out of the sky.
I agree, but that is propaganda. They were not doing it with the intent of helping Liberia. They were doing it with the intent of turning the people against the government so the people can react. But this is the damage it caused for you. Ghana, that you were ahead of, have gone ahead of you. All your neighboring countries around you that Liberia was ahead of, they all gone far off ahead of us. And these people at that time had similar experiences. They all had the similar experiences, but guess what? They did not go to war like you and I. Today, because of the war we went to, look at our country. Look at the mindset of our people. Look at our reaction. Our reaction always leads to destruction. But other people's reaction leads to transformation, like the Ghana of the world that was lesser than Liberia before. The Sierra Leone that was lesser than Liberia before. Today, they are all building up on their mistakes and they are advancing. Even Sierra Leone war did not last long as compared to Liberian war.
Terry, let's go back to Ghana before we welcome Mr. Whatever his name is, the CEO or whatever, CWA, whatever his
The
name is.
examiner,
Where he get glasses, you can see before you examine anything. I mean, I can't see that why you wearing glasses for. But let me say this, Terry, on a very serious note. 2 or 3 years ago, there was a video that was going around on the social media from Ghana. There was a guy, I believe was a minister of public work or so in Ghana, where the people that were building a road, building a house, they decided to build it in the middle of a street because some government official were telling these foreigners to build, and he went berserk. In Liberia, it's not the same. You got Chinese that would dig for black sand and damage people's property. But these people are being supported by government officials because they got something coming for them. And nobody says nothing. Now, those are the kinds of things that will get people angry.
I agree with
And it
you.
doesn't take much. It's
I
just a
agree with
matter
you.
of time. If
Yes,
we
I
don't
agree.
ratify these things now, if we don't put ourselves together and say enough is enough, Get a job that you're qualified for. Get people who will be elected that will serve your interest. If not, it's just a matter of time. They can't. They cannot sustain this kind of. They cannot sustain this kind of false
But I got a
narrative.
counter argument to that. I got a counter. I got a counter argument to that. My counter argument, labor, is this. You know, one of the reasons why Ghana continued to thrive is because the Ghanaians were the one who built Ghana. They invested into the country as compared to Liberians. We, the Liberians, we do not invest in Liberia. Everybody want to be.
All your contracts that you're having.
Mr. So, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. But this is between two rescue teams here members tonight. Please let me ask them. Terry, here's a point here. The people bring $22 million contract in Liberia.
Who people?
You see that one? You see what I said? The people, they don't worry about it. I hear them. Mr. So, let me make my point. There's $22 million contract that comes to Liberia. They give it to the Chinese. They don't build capacity.
Who give it to them?
They don't build Liberian capacity.
Terry, can you ask
as a result, you have nothing. In Ghana, before you, Terry, right now, when you go to Ghana, before you get a job in Ghana, Ghanaians must get that same job first before you get it. They build capacity.
But how do
in Liberia, we know.
How do you change that, labor?
How do you change it? You bring people, for example, President Baka.
Look,
you bring people on board who will be willing.
I can't allow this to crap.
Enough is enough.
I can't allow this kind of crap to go on. You can never change anything with the, you know, when the regime, when you have a regime speaker.
Have I invited you into the conversation anyway?
If you have yeah,
on the head.
You know, yesterday I came to catch up, boy, but I like to be fair, and this is sad. And this old man here, Gutia, did I hear you saying if the president appoint you every evening you go to the president hall from work?
Yeah.
What is that?
To go soak this experience from the president for me to do good job.
Samson told you are a disgrace.
Okay, whatever you see. Well, how you ever way you call me? No, it don't bother me.
You just a complete.
I'm going to my father's house to get the experience from the father.
And one of the reasons here, and moving forward, New Year, it has to stop. You either come on or you stay. Your short time is it. You know, this is how this whole regime thing came about in the country. You always like to have your own rules besides the set rules of an institution. Short time here is 8 o'clock. If you know you want to talk your tabata, you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes to 8, you need to come on. But when you come on, you talk all your crap, and then you want to follow after 40 minutes.
I'm going back to my platform.
You can go back there. You want to go to total, you can go to. This is what you do because you do not want people to speak. You don't want people to call you out. For you to come out here this evening that, oh, if the president appoint me every evening, so every after work, you don't have no family, you don't care call start meeting, you go straight down from
I go to the president because he have that much experience to soak the experience in me so that I will continue to do good for the country. I'm not going to the president.
You're doing good right now. What's going on with the regime speaker? Well, for me, it's not a surprise.
That's not our topic here tonight. That private people thing, that private thing.
That's not no private. That's not no private. We saw Donald Trump here when things was happening here.
How the regime speaker? How is it?
See what is happening? I mean, this is.
We'll talk about
oh my goodness, this is Terry. You don't want to speak to that?
What you got to say about it? That regime speaker.
I'm not asking you. I said Terry.
But you came specifically to ruin my show tonight. Is that what we're coming here for Christmas? You come and bring you know here that we don't have nothing to do about it. Terry, let's talk about.
Look,
that thing is propaganda. That the center is trying to run propaganda on the street.
Let's listen a little bit. Let's listen a little bit.
We need to have our own speaker. So today, an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today I'm the regime speaker.
Look at his face.
Nigerian man can talk.
Look at him. Look at this guy.
That,
What
that
an
how
embarrassing.
they say that the man that
I don't
Nigerian man.
care about I don't care
That-
about Nigeria. This is why we do not have standards in government,
So
because
what's
you
the point
have
of you
people like
saying that?
this. You have the Mo Ali tip, and they say they're coming to rescue. They are here to drown us. It's ridiculous, right? And then the
You
old
say whatever
man
you
there.
want to say. Say your own, we will say our own. Just talk for yourself.
You say your own. You don't want to talk about that.
What do you?
Are you?
What am I going?
Are you
What do I have to say about regime speaker?
why you don't have? Why you don't want to say something about that?
Say something about what?
He's
What
a
is there to
public
talk about?
figure.
What
Are
is
you
what
not
is there?
concerned? Are you not concerned what is happening to your country?
Mr.
Are
So
you
listen
in
to
isolation with what is
listen to
happening?
Rescue 3.
Mr.
Rescue 3
So,
is accusing you of
so
distracting our show.
Mr. So the story that get no he no take that the
Yeah,
woman
that
can put
one
on
that
our
one
head.
can't talk about here.
Oh, the
Somebody
one I
say,
get no here, no
somebody
take.
say, but you know, somebody say they was sister. The other person can't and say no, you are
Look
you.
at that. Oh, so that,
Somebody
yes, sir.
then you say you
Yeah.
wife. So with that story, he get no head, no take.
Oh man, yeah. Look.
That story he get no head, no take.
I
Terry,
hope. Look,
I
I want
wanted
to
to
do the
even
best. You
I
want to
wanted
do
to
what?
even talk about that document. What she talking about? That man cannot file citizenship if he stay on what they call. So that thing she was talking. Most of the things that she was talking that not true. Most of what she was saying is not possible. It's not true. You can file for citizenship when you got or restricted visa that I mean restricted resident permit for 2 years on a marital status. You can file for citizenship. But again, that the propaganda sent on Waterspoon because he lose the one on the paper, so he's finding somewhere to turn his net.
Well,
And that's a good place there too.
they're your own alligator. He who rides the back of the alligator goes into the belly of the alligator. We said that before. You haven't listened to us.
let's get back to the main
But
topic.
I hope certainly it's not something that I really found pleasure talking, but we have to say then they are our leaders. So whatever it, I hope he will come out to exonerate himself instead of sending another Nigerian futu to come and say, and so I mean, it's just it killed the substance of it, and that's the bad reflection of it. And I bet he would never
Mr.
address
So here's the
himself.
difference between you and us.
I'm speaking. Please stop
We were
interrupting me.
excited. No, but I'm trying to
No,
educate.
no, you don't have to educate me, okay? You never pay my school fee. At no point you never give me dime. So don't come talk about educating me here, because this is why you and this Terry guy, the total men are already inside too. I don't know where he looking. Okay, good. Ketter is here. One of the independent is here. Okay.
If
The
you
what?
take that, if you ain't take down the toilet,
The
I'm
independent.
the main take down the
It's a
toilet.
converter independent who is standing up now for the poor. Comrade Ketter, good evening. Good to have you.
Oh,
Good evening, Mr. So, and I would like to say
liberal.
good evening to Libra and Terry.
You
And
heard what the liberal said, Ketter? If the president appoint, he would take, he and his family will go move to the president house. Can you imagine?
That sick offensive at its highest. Sick offensive
So
at its
that
highest.
yeah, man, this is
And
the
this
Folks,
and
That
this
if
one
you're
that
listening,
was
this is
liquor talk.
Samson
The
Toll,
liberal.
and this is the
this is
thing.
how they try to distract us. But let me go
So
back. I mean,
so Libra. You're in the you can't give me a chance to talk. You are
no,
not.
I introduce you yet. Nobody introduced you.
Are you kidding me?
No, nobody
You
introduced
you
you.
you
Ketter, you
cannot
don't
be.
need introduction. This guy would never introduce you. He will
Nobody
introduce
introduced
you
you.
any
You got
kind of
to
way.
wait
So
your turn.
don't even bother.
You
But
got to wait your
it
turn.
doesn't
Folks,
matter whether
again,
he.
Samson Toll, like Bro Pablo, these two gentlemen you see at the bottom here, their intent tonight is to
You
distract
done?
my show, is to distract us. Now, here's the difference between they and us. You see that? You see, I just told you that you don't want that. That not me. You don't want that because I pour out.
Yeah, my hand. Yeah, my hands.
Of course. So
Yeah, my hand.
anyway, the point here when they
Yeah, so let you stay down there. Anything you can continue. You just use your military mind. You will come to and say the pastor part know how to handle him.
all right before they came in, Terry and myself intellectually we were engaging the process of voting and electing people who will do
Oh,
good for you.
Jesus.
But they want us to tell the people, they're not my business. Walter Carter, good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you
So
just come here.
thank you, and I like to
I'm
say
finna
hi to.
introduction you.
Go,
I'm finna
go,
here.
go back to
I'm,
your terror.
I'm
I'm still
finna
with my
introduction.
kettle.
I'm finna the introduction. Walter Carter, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. It's a wonderful thing to have you. What's on your mind? 2 seconds, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. To and Terry and the CEO. And I'd like to say hi to the listeners and viewers around the world. And so, look, on a serious note, when I see the labor come here and talk spot of story about Liberia, progressive spot of story, it's because he has seen the disgrace that they put us in from this administration. We got a regime speaker that making headline, not headline for the good things, but headline for bad things. The liberal refused to talk about it. Something that anybody will look at and say, wow, we have this third powerful man in our nation that is being accused of bigamy in America, that is fathering children that he's not being responsible for, child support hanging on him, and everything. The liberal say he found no interest in speaking about it. This man is the third most important, powerful man in our nation. This must be something that is disgraceful, shameful, and we must condemn it. Because this is the man President Boaka put his weight behind and say, I will go with the rule of, I will go the majority black
The
speaker, the
creation, the
regime speaker.
creator is President Boyka created a regime speaker.
Yes, the regime speaker. Today, all kinds of died. Nobody forced people to come out. Nobody forced them to come out. Let me tell you something, Terry. You are asking whether a Nigerian man can speak. Do you know how many Nigerians, Togolese, that work in our government in Liberia? Have you ever heard some of the people names in Liberia? Liberia is a country of diverse, of deep diversity apart from our tribes. We got people from all over West Africa that came to that country, like Liberia, opened their arms to them, became citizens, ran our government. So
So, President, we are a Ghanaian.
it's not strange for Richard Kuhn, who his sister came on, for Richard Kuhn, who his sister came on Spoon and
Boyka
said,
can be sorry, you know what? We are going to be Ghanaian.
and we are,
Ah,
yeah, and we are, and she said her mother is a Nigerian, Kuhn, and they call his name. Nobody care about that. You know about the Warribees? Do you know even some of the names that in our society? You can even find it in our tribes and they in government today. So it's not something that we will talk about. I'm not particular about that part. What
Thank
I'm
you.
particular about is we have the 10 most powerful men in our nation. And this thing is
But,
hanging over him.
but,
Thank you.
but on
Let
a
me say
serious
this.
note,
Say this before I
liberal,
go to Mrs.
the guru, I got to come in. But on a serious note, if you guys remember here, somebody gave us a hint of this guy, his character, who he is, and things that he capable of doing.
Maybe
You
somebody. Who
listen
that
to
somebody? Who that
Cotto
somebody?
said, yeah.
Huh?
Cotto, and I want to do a question. I said, but why? Cotto, apparently they work together, and knows Cotto says, Kung, she's one of those that found in as much your boycott supporter, but she found on this guy because of his dubious eye and things that he involved in. So literally everything Cotto said on this network regarding uh, 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 this this regime speaker here it's been validated as far we are concerned. And I'm hope that he's going to address himself and he shouldn't just say where he has much propaganda, whatever they think is going to be it. But that's it. And you know, the party, they got to be careful. The power of a media is very powerful. The fight that they are center in. So right now they are caught in the middle. They can't they can't do anything to his network. It will be seen as government muscle against the media. This was a tactic that was deployed and it worked out for them. And interestingly, he did not get his own political payback. Every other people has become beneficiary and he became the Buku man. So that's a payback they're gonna get. They are not even doing anything. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. So, you see, and this is why years ago, I tried to stay away from President Weah own issue because I didn't want it to be part of my conversation. This is a man who told the government Republic of of the United States that he made $1,000 a month, but yet he was senator and he doesn't have money to pay for child support in Florida. But yesterday we didn't make it into our conversation because I felt within myself that's personal. I don't want to have anything to this. It's the same situation here. The way I can frame it and the way Terry and I has been framing it tonight, without coming to that, is to talk about the root cause. People who do not have the moral fortitude, the moral fiber, the moral background to be part of the governing process are indeed themselves in the power of government. And this is what this thing is. That is what I'm willing to talk about. But I'm not willing to
So
talk
then let me
about.
ask you, Liberal. These are, the uniqueness of this network here. Even though sometimes the people, obviously, they have problem with you, the way you conduct things and how you try to strangulate people when people want to speak because you look one side of the world and you think it is why it is here. But it is important that we have this conversation to create another awareness. I'm not one of those that were into it, but we don't just jump into it. And up here, we agree and disagree. We don't sanction voices. We don't take anything personal. We talk about it. If it is over, it is over. You and I, you're not a good friend of me, especially when it comes to this national issue because of your bias.
What do you mean special?
That,
You almost said we're not good friends anyway. You
that's what
said.
yeah, I'm just saying that you don't have to. You don't have to. Why you're other guy? You should be
Well, how,
kind.
what do you mean by older guy? A 35-year-old, how would be older guy? I beg you, Mr. So leave the age business. Oh,
Oh,
I know where you're going with that older business. I know exactly where you're going, but I will not allow you to bring any other person into the age business. Let's go ahead. Let's hear me. Let's
who
hear
do
you.
you have in mind? But
You see that?
I think with the focus. Let's hold our government accountable. Let's see what they have in the coming year. We're hearing people not taking pay of this big. I mean, there are major issues this government needs. So some progress is being made, but the behavior of folks, the behavior of these
Okay.
people, the president brought in with the help to help him, they are causing more harm than good. So as a result,
Oh, oh, now you see my point. I'm glad that you've gotten off of your
I'm not
own
sure
house
which point.
tonight
I don't know
and you are
what's your
speaking my
point.
language.
You have never made that point. All your point has been to remove this president as part of the
But you
problem.
just told us, you just
No,
told us that
what
the
I'm
people around.
saying,
What are you saying?
I said the people this president brought in,
Okay,
it was not in isolation. He
okay.
approves it. He announces the appointment of these people.
Terry, is here
So,
again run to run away?
you're not getting me wrong. You just are doing it.
Again
You
run
said
to
this.
run. He was
But
coming
what
to
I'm
my
saying
point by
here,
running
let's just
quick.
get to the
So
point here.
now
Let's get to the
he
point.
giving me why way now.
I hope this network will intercede. We will step in to make the narrative, to make the conversation much functional, that people will be given the option.
What conversation that is not functional? You come on my
National
show and tell me
national
and you
conversation whereby not only Samson told Terry come in and just run through things. Samson said and Terry said, yeah. Terry said and Samson said, yeah. And then you listen to Clarence Davis on the other far end of the wall,
mm,
calling people they are North Korean leader, all of that kind of stuff, because we don't agree with you people. And you guys cheer him up. But I'm just saying we need to hold our
uh,
government accountable. Where the government is making progress, we can talk about it. Where the government is in
okay, I
default,
agree. I'm gonna
we
hold you
can
right
talk about
there.
it.
Can you talk about why the government is making progress, please?
Well, you much more
No,
closer
no,
to
that's not
them.
what you said. You didn't say that. You said we will talk. You said we will talk about what the government. And I'm telling you now.
You
Since we
are
will
on an
talk, let me hear from
obligation.
you.
You are a strong supporter. I am
Oh,
not
you see
against.
that?
I
You
am
see
not
that? You
for.
see?
But
They, they,
my job here is to square it out so that
okay.
people will be able
Square
to have
one for me.
options.
Where the government making progress?
I will talk about where the problem is coming from. Let's
Oh,
take from
you're
bottom to
not talking
top.
about why they're making progress. You see, and y'all expect us to come and allow you to lead the conversation
So,
where you
Mr.
are
Toll,
not prepared.
can I
And
ask you
yet
a
I'm
question, Mr.
speaking, the
Toll?
There are a lot
liberal
of
is on the
things.
floor. The
There are a lot of
liberal
things.
is on the floor
There's
before
a
you.
peace. There's a peace in the country. It's a good thing. Nobody is.
But
Uh,
that Terry line, that we can't take that one. Terry already talked to us. So what's your new line? What's your new line? What is your new line?
the
That's it.
president
That's the only line.
promised. The president promised
Mm.
a major fight in corruption.
And he's doing it.
It's not being done. It's being done
Really?
partially, and not
Okay.
even partial.
Uh,
He, you're dismissing people without then facing the justice system while they were dismissed. What a wrong was being committed.
Mr. So,
Uh,
well, from you, we get nothing here tonight. So I'm not. I'm not holding my breath that you would tell me, my president, the father of the nation, the Republic of Liberia, the
corruption. He's
most.
our president. I'm
But
part of
if
the.
he's your president, then do the right thing
Because
and tell us that this
all
president
of
is
y'all
doing the
gotta be
work.
praising him.
I
All
don't
of y'all
have
gotta
to
praise
praise
him.
him. I don't have to praise
By
him
you saying the man
properly.
is doing work, then they're not praising you, being
No,
truthful.
you praising him. You can say you're
Oh,
doing
I'm
well
not
because in
praising their
your eyes,
progress. They're making some headways in the roads, which is good.
yeah.
I expect more
We're
to be
not even
done.
inviting you
But
into
I
the
want
conversation.
the
You
government itself to be held accountable. And when you guys come here that the president ain't need to say anything you want to say, then that is troubling. It's chilling to me
All right.
because we elected
Okay.
him
Thank you.
to
Thank you,
be the
Mr.
one to
So.
speak for us.
Okay, thank you. Folks, I'm going to put a number up. Give us a call here,
see,
916-533-2048.
that's it. When he wants, that's how he does the show. Put them also put in
I'll
call
tell
so we
you,
can
say you
talk
must
nothing
come
again.
late. That mean tell you,
Yeah,
say you must
listen,
come late.
Clarence David soon call.
That mean tell you, say you must come
Look,
late.
Mr. So, you know, I know the liberal strategy. Every time the government brings shame to him, he go back into the 1965 and
Yeah,
bring all the paper up and,
exactly.
and start reading and start talking about his money
Yeah,
bottle story.
yeah, Tuan
Yeah.
Resident
And you know,
time
yeah.
and people there who
Nobody
get time for
interested
that.
in money bottle story, yeah. We are interested in what is happening
But
today in the country.
but then you discuss President. We are on a story then.
My
Then
brother,
you
that why your move
discuss.
we
Then
are.
you
My
discuss
brother, don't
Kofa.
go back to
When
eat,
Kofa
don't
was
regurgitate.
speaker,
Don't
you
eat
can't
your puke,
compare
my brother.
Kofa.
Don't eat your puke.
You can't compare Kofa with
We'll
Richard
talk.
Kun.
Is that what you came here tonight
You
to
can't.
do?
Don't
You
you
We'll
can't
talk.
cannot
go back
compare.
and lick your
I'm
puke.
going to leave
Yes,
you.
sir.
We'll talk.
What
You
you
I'm
can't
going
leaving
to
me
put
compare
you
for?
back.
Kofa with
You
Richard
should be
Yeah,
Kun.
but
me.
let the man speak.
No, I was
Let him,
talking.
Kofa.
The man
no,
interrupted me. Next
let the
time
man
again, trying to
speak.
speak,
Let the
bro.
man
Why you're
speak.
ready?
Okay,
Here
go
we
You
go.
are
ahead.
Here
ready?
we go.
Say what you
Here
want to
we
say.
go. You're listening to the one.
Say what you want to say.
Let's listen to the one. You have to invite me on your show. Let's hear from when are you going to invite me on your show?
Yes, on Friday. On Friday, we no, that is on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
No,
We'll have an exclusive hour with you. You
plenty,
know, on the
plenty
show.
people going to be watching. I don't want to come. I don't want to come and see this issue. No.
That a bar when you go.
It's good. It's good for
Saturday.
us to diversify.
Please don't waste your time. I mean, when I come.
For us to have opposing view, like we've always, open the platform to.
All right, just
It's
send me
just unfortunate
send me
that sometimes
invitation.
people don't come.
All right, send me invitation.
All right, so we will do that. We'll do that. But to the issue, let me say thank you and thanks to Mr. So, thanks to you, Mr. To, and thanks to the rest of the panelists, the Reverend, and my own brother, Mr. Keto. There is something that some of us are trying to discourage, especially in the diaspora community. It is taking root, but it's difficult. But we know that at the end of the day, we'll get there. What we are trying to discourage in the diaspora community is sycophancy. And somebody will say bootlicking. Yeah, that we do not need to look in the faces of people who work in government back home and praising them in order for us to pay our bills. We do not need to look in the faces of people who we employ directly and indirectly to be able to praising them in order for us to be able to get our medical insurance. Thank God for this country that provided the opportunity that we can work, get insurance, and pay our bills, and do blah, 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 and stuff like that. As compared to in Liberia, where somebody will wake up in the morning, and because you're telling good morning, and say, my man, you fire. Or you will not carry again because you speak to me, or the clothes that you wear in that farm. I'm saying this to me, Mr. To, you are one of those who we have very high regard for your work that you've been doing, and we appreciate that. But I think of recent, you've become more like, sorry to say, but like an embarrassment to especially the diaspora community that we are trying to reshape. I believe people like you who understand and know what is happening should be able to call out your government, especially on some of these things that are happening. And when these things are being done, the people in Liberia will pay more attention to people like you because they know that you are independent. You are speaking from an independent background. You are not depending on government job for the next even 50 years. Even if you work in Liberia or no minister speak to you, you are okay. Because by the grace of God, you've been able to settle yourself and you are doing good. But when you begin to, put on this kind of sycophancy, advocacy, it is not helping the motherland. It is not helping the disco. It is damaging to our country. And many Liberians around the world are listening to us. Are listening to people like us because they believe that we should be robust. We should be there to checkmate the government. We should be independent because whether the government likes it or not, they will not get there. Oh, close your station. If I will not support you, we will not do any advertisement. You've been running your station over the period, without depending on one government advertisement, and you are doing well. But we think that this is dangerous. But even what is more dangerous is the 73 lies that were told by the president when he appeared on a comic show on the ELBC. I refer to that as a comic show because there were too many lies that we could look through. Take for example, the president after 2 years that you did not even speak to your people and you had the opportunity to go and talk to your people relative to your agenda and your policy. You are brave enough to select 1 or 2 persons to come and sit. An interview that should be balanced and you should have cross sections of, diverse
They should allow you to interview the president
that will ask you the genuine and the tangible questions about your policy, your program, that the president will sit there and allow, somebody who is a bad example to society, somebody like Fagon, to sit a few other people to say that, then they're asking a question that will be telegraphed by they themselves. And at the end of the day, the biggest lie that was told for the president to inform us that he is not aware of the 4-year program or the 4-year project. When that particular 4-year project, the president was the one who authorized the first $2 million. And we have the information. The first $2 million for that particular program, for that project to go ahead.
Thank you.
Look at the killing in Kinjaw. Do you know that the president refused to address the issue of the killing in Kinjaw? The massacre, in Kinjaw? Do you know that he refused to address it? He refused to address the mass, laying out of people, the downsizing of the 700 plus people from the EPA.
Thank you, Praise.
To conclude. So I think people like you should be very balanced, should do justice to our society, should be able to come with a more objective, and a balanced discourse instead of trying to muzzle other colleagues on the platform. I'm seeing you now bringing a dictatorial tendency, and which we are going to oppose democratically. We will oppose on this platform. You cannot come on this platform and bring a dictatorial tendency. No, we will resist it, and that's the reason why we went to 14 years war. You must give other people the space to express their dissatisfaction and disenchantment. But I think we will have more detailed conversation behind the scene. I think you have been compromised. Okay. And from individuals that we get a report that you are now receiving, some level of benefits or gratuity from this particular government. Now the first check is in our possession and we display it. And you are now a paying agent of this government. And Revin also, we have information that we have received, even though we do not have the check, but we have information that you are on the Ministry of Information payroll. You have received some level of gratuity. But for Mr. Solo, we display the information. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. But people, wow, appreciate. Then that why you want me to come here show so you show the check I've been getting from the US, from the government.
Wait, I know why you're supposed to wear until that guy go on your show.
Samson To, good evening.
Samson To, not going there.
Mr. To, I heard this guy screaming what's his name?
Prince Sharif.
Prince Sharif. And look, saying that I'm not a partisan person. It's not even kind of calling part black, but what is it? Popa calling part black. I mean, Sharif accusing you of being a partisan, doing that, but Mr. Samson Branto, what's my mind seriously is, I mean, is that this whole issue about what's going on our politics, but in a lack of appreciation for the young people in Liberia. I'm telling you, not only young people, but other people as well. I was watching a video. The guy called Still Me, he's a prankster. I mean, you give somebody $20 US dollars, and young people, like 10 years old, 15 years old, or even 12 years old, don't show appreciation to say thank you. So I hope you can discuss that, one day, Mr. Samson Branto. I don't like you, I like Mr. Soul, but, it is what it is. Like tonight, I had a call for Mr. Soul to come on, for him to come on because...
Thank you so much.
Now you don't want to call.
This is why we call the People's Popular Uprising.
Now I know where he think coming from. Okay, thank you.
There's a lack of appreciation, among the young people. There's this guy, he's a prankster, giving people, I think $2,500, $1,500, $20 US. Young people, for them to say thank you, they don't know how to say thank you. Oh, thank you, to the person that gave the money. So that's a serious issue too. Appreciation for, our young people appreciating, other people. So I hope you discuss that one day apart from politics as well.
Thank you.
You put a top of that, you say
And I think that's a good recommendation. We gotta look at some.
I know what will happen every day.
Thank you. Let me call it Rescue 3. Rescue 3 or call
You gotta call him. Well, you gotta call him. He called.
Because you are calling. You are calling. But what's it called? I run my show the way I want to run my show. Your show.
Lead the people will handle him. He saw the request of the people.
Mr. So, please give me Saturday to run one show, yeah.
You ever?
Well, we said that here. Everybody.
How you doing?
Guys, Rescue 2 is on. Let's listen. Good evening. Rescue 3. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
Thank you for the show tonight. This issue tonight discussion is very important. I don't know what the CEO coming in calling Keta tonight independent. I don't know. So to me, the opposition, they had no talking point and they are getting all kinds of things. How can you tell somebody domestic affair and running getting on the country account? How can you talk about Rachel Kuhn, not clean Rachel? You have speaker who stole from the greater country in the world. For that you come from. That were prosecuted in their country. You use the same money that you stole from the people in their country, you may use in our country to become a speaker, to become a representative. They won't compare Rachel Kuhn, domestic affair, lobby affair, you won't compare with this? You have representatives in the opposition every night in snow. Will you face a care for like real woman to walk naked on a wedding reception? You want me to talk about Rachel Kuhn? Rachel Kuhn, what's what problem you have with marital affair? That marital affair. I don't think they may go on the government account. So if you are coming on the media to talk about all the government, the president not found he got regime speaker. So when they mean like he's a regime speaker, that means he cannot have a domestic affair. Don't bring a talking point that we all will be able to discuss when we are going on, when things are going wrong. We only never can face our own government. You talk about the president appear on the ERBC that you put left. It's the ERBC today. When last president, we ever had press briefing. Don't just say press briefing with the media. You're starting kind of destruction. And one of the reasons I call on tonight, Mr. Toll, is the issue with the politician. We would have supported a politician, we should be careful. If anything go on wrong in our country, it affects everyone up. There's a young man that on Facebook, threatening JMB son that he will make sure that you kill him. How can we go that far?
Who said they're gonna what? Kill who?
One of the sedition getting a threatening a boy that can be talking about development as people to call JMB son. They play that here on the class reloader, and beside that they got a call Devo. Devo play to their listen. It's very bad that he will make sure that fellow can be going around lying to the Liberian people that anywhere he see him, he fast and you will make sure he take away his life. How can we go that far? And many of the politicians that we happy on here for them here. Look at Samuel Tue and Emma Tue. I never knew that Samuel Tue and Emma Tue are their brother. Samuel Tue on the other side, Emma Tue on the other side. So how can we have help for these people? We had our here today, and these same people are going to come again, meet and discuss. They will call one another. So don't put our country first and get here and forget about this thing. But the issue with Rachel Kuhn, the person who bringing it here on, is another politician I want to run against Rachel Kuhn, the country man. He posted today that he fasted, he the one attacking with the 22 representatives to make sure that they remove Rachel. You are not in the system. They're missing on $1 million budget. You are in the system and you don't want going to, some people to remove the man. I think it will find it difficult. Thank you for the show, Mr. Tom.
Thank you. You'll be the last caller. Thank you very much. All right, guys, let's close the show. Let's close, Mr. So. It seems like you're about ready to go. So let's hear from you.
No, not tonight. And by popular demand,
I want you to leave now. There's no popular demand. I want you to close. Give us your closing so you can do
we're going to extend the program to 10 minutes after.
Who? Say who? Say who? Say who? Say who? Mr. So, let's close the thing.
So he was right on one thing. And that the president going to this, that was a right venue the president went to speak to the Liberian people. That's the State Broadcasting Corporation. And that's where the president, that's where we want to see the president.
Yo, we ever did that?
Hey, man, you see, that's why this is why you got to stop this thing, Papi.
I'm just asking a simple question. Yes or no? That's all it is.
I'm not like you guys.
Okay.
I say I agree with the so-called rescue, whatever number you gave him.
Rescue 3, by the way. Rescue
3. I don't see anybody that you rescuing here because you all helping to drown people here. But I think the president did the right thing by going to the state broadcast because the ERBC is a state-run broadcast corporation, and I strongly feel any major breaking news it must be able to, so that other international cable network can quote from them directly according to the state, broadcast corporation. This is what the president did, blah, blah, blah. I think it was good. Going there is good. Whether the substance of the conversations, whether it really bear out, whether it was fruitful, that's another conversation. That's not what I'm going to go. We have had this conversation before. There was a lot of unanswered questions. But the idea he went there, and I think that was okay. If instead of just sitting from the executive mansion, he could have, he want to do it to maybe speak and EFBC can relay it. But I think he went there with that sort of to interact with people. But like other people say, I think maybe in the coming year, we need to find more strategy. And I hope you, the analyst, anybody can moderate, anybody can do things. We said that before. The other better yellow man who go in Liberia right now, I went and set it up on a few things because sometimes it's kind of hectic. I shouldn't be, if I'm sick, then the network is all of us property here. I know time is hard, but anybody can sit in. So I hope in the coming year people will make provision where sometimes even when I'm here we can rotate, so that way people can Terry, he run his own stuff. It's no different from what we're doing here. I think we must give people the opportunity.
Just to let him know from a board perspective, this is not CDC network. You can't come here in your whole program, the 1 or 2 hours you're going to have. You only call CDC need one time. Other than that, you will be dismissed completely by the board.
Something to, I think somebody said that here yesterday. The consistent disruptions and making fun out of things here, this is unacceptable. And I hope in the coming new year you will adopt a new way of doing things as one of the elders of
Why
this.
you keep going to the age business? What the age? Yeah, man. Why you keep going? I know where you're going with it, but we're not work tonight.
Why you don't want to be an old person? Other people
You know
they
what?
come with wisdom.
I
Other
know
people
where you
come with wisdom. Why are you running away from
I
age?
know
Why
where
you
you going. I'm watching you. I'm watching at the third turn now. You know, call the age business. I'm watching you.
where you think I'm going?
No. I don't hear
No,
no
no,
coming you.
talk a lot. Yeah,
Oh, you see there? I know where you're going, but I'm watching.
I'm just
Go ahead.
telling I'm just telling the guys the good work everybody doing. They should make room.
No, on a
Sometime
very serious note, Mr. So if
when we're
Walter
not here,
Carter,
they can
if
also fill
Walter
in,
Carter
and we
wants to
can.
come in,
I can be. If I'm not well, I can even sit in the background. You can run the idea, to keep the audience because this is a sort of
yeah.
commitment to.
Walter Carter, I mean, since we started this thing almost 18, 19 years ago, every one of these people that you find on their own show and what have you, everyone have gone through LPR, to be honest with you. Many of them have gone through LPR. We used to have a LPR radio station. There was Badio over there in Washington. They started the internet radio station, like internet radio station. It didn't last long. Immediately after that, we picked it up, and then we, of course, we transitioned to Facebook. But we always been wanting to. You know how many people we invite to come and be part of this, to be able to have their own show. And for some reason, they will not stay long. So, but if you're willing to come on, that will be fine. It will be very great. It doesn't matter what idea you come in, as
Yeah, I was
long
still
you
on Saturday and Sunday. I was still on.
no, you don't pick the time. The board tell you what time you need to come on.
Liberal, when the independent talking. Oh
The
my
board
God,
will
liberal.
give
What
you
in
the
Keto,
time. You don't.
what in Keto already coming to discuss? I really don't understand it. What you
I
coming
come
to
in to
discuss?
make them and make your pressure go up.
Okay.
That's all I come
All
to
right.
do in the
So one of the
place.
board
Because
members
that
already.
So,
no,
One of
but
Mr.
the
you gotta
board.
Soken,
follow.
Mr.
You gotta be
Mr. To,
flexible with it.
I can't follow your tapata. I got my
One of the
own.
board.
If I
One
got
of
my
the
own
board
show,
member.
I'll
One
follow
of the
it.
board member already
So,
against that. Walter Carter. So I think
Who the
you're.
board member, the
The
mathematician?
how you take decision when somebody against it, then wow.
No, but on
Yeah.
a serious note, anytime you want me to moderate, it will be good that we do this moderating, across the board so we can see, how things are flowing. Now, the laborer got his own way of doing things where he want to go with the ruling establishment, right? We're gonna put everything on the table. We'll analyze it. We'll go against him because when some things are not right, we'll say. Like today, we're still saying a couple of things happening in the society that he knows. He knows because when he called me behind the scene, it's like labor
Yeah.
is
You can't
literally
have you lay
crying.
down your couch instead of you to enjoy
Labor
yourself.
is
They ain't
crying. All right. And he will cry. Look, when labor talking to you behind the scene, you can see, you can feel the frustration in his voice
all
that
right.
these
Wow.
people are doing
That is
bad. When he
that
comes
is
on
thing
the
that is
show,
that is thing where Prince Harry said he got
no, no,
check
no. But
he
it,
got
it, it
check
was it
from
was
me.
clear from
Check.
yesterday. Everybody saw it. The frustration was there until Terry then start coming in and talking Tabata, and then you start getting little kind of life in you. But let me serious, liberal. The things that are happening in the country from the president, the expectation you have for this president, he let you down big time. But you don't have the courage to come and say what I thought
No,
about this
that's
president
that's
is
that's
is not
that's
what
not
is
that's
happening.
not quite correct.
It,
Before I
it,
go
it
to
is
Terry,
correct. It is
before I
it is
go to
correct.
Terry
But
to
anyway, so let me just say my tabata that because
no,
you
but
you know you
you
consider
finish
tabata.
you finish. You got two more. You
We
got
all
two
were
more
just
seconds.
interacting with cross
Okay,
firing. I
30
can't close.
seconds. 30
No,
seconds.
30 seconds. I come on. So anyway, so this the
30
thing.
seconds. I can put you in a
Um,
man in the bike right now in the garage.
so this the thing. I look at Terry, Brigable. I mean, say Brigable. Hey, ni Clarence David and come here say people personal stuff. You live in a great democracy. When people running to be president of this country, as soon they announce their name, they'll go back from the time they were born up to the time they decide to run for president. Anything they did in the past, their private life, it'll come out because you're in the public space. We're talking about a Richard Cohen who is the third most popular, I mean, powerful person in the society. involved in such a thing. Then you tell us that the man personal, like, we're not talking about it.
Thank you, Walter.
Mr. You see, when we bring
You
interesting
already made
conversation,
that point. You made that point.
I
Thank
want,
you
but
very much.
you can't.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
go
Tomorrow
ahead.
day night, we know that. Thank you very much. Terry, close it for us.
Well, thank you for the show, Libra. And when the CEO come, then you bring Keto along with him. They just check out who
I tell you,
our discussion. We have
So,
lost focus
Terry, let
completely.
me borrow. Terry, let me borrow 1 second. Labor, on a serious note. I know the year is coming to an end, and Keto is here. But Terry, I really, really, from the depth of my heart, I want to thank you so much.
Yeah,
This whole thing here, like what Labor was saying, and Keto, and some of the other folks that are not here, but I'm going to dwell on for those of you that are here, absentee and not accountable. But we
Oh,
give it to them.
well,
Yeah, they're not here. I'm not going to praise. I'm not going to. People not here. I'm not going to. I
all
will
that
worship.
better idea,
Yeah.
but I'm coming to talk about it.
Because the
oh
reason I'm
wow.
seeing here, your commitment, Terry, your commitment here, and I know how time, when you started here, you were one of the regular callers. Speak your mind, say a, and then certain time and reach out. My only disappointment, you came and you decided to go on the other side of the world, which is
Oh
okay.
God.
But your commitment to this network, taking all of the bullets coming in is unquestionable. I just really want to say I appreciate that. And I just want all of us to step out to the task. You can do it. You've been doing it on your own. Keta is been doing it on their own. And the good thing is, I haven't seen where we are really gone. Local head that bad, that much. Sometimes a little bit of tension here and there and stuff because the liberal for him always getting feelings. You guys know about it. I don't play me
But
mind.
you
So,
think that disease I got?
well,
The way you describing me like the liberal guy, well, I took a disease I got.
you know, how can I make it let something go?
The
How can I
Yeah.
make it let it go?
the woman skin too thin.
They make it, you can't take it at town.
But the way you putting it, y'all all know what liberal got. That disease I got.
Labor, what is
But every
sometimes?
night you threaten people down to terrorists, and I become uncomfortable. Next time I go on my network, nobody will come there. Then terror because terror want you to feedback. Then you quiet. Tomorrow, nobody come here. Yeah, those kind of behavior and like something is unusual. You need some prescription, let us know so we can
Thank you.
get some treatment plan for you.
Okay, thank you. Terry, go ahead, close it for us, son. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, Libra, there's a Richard Coon thing that people running with. To me, it's not anything, because Richard Coon was not found guilty of any crime in the US, and everybody talking all kinds of things. It's fine. It's good. He's a public figure. But one thing Keto need to know is that Liberia is not America. In Liberia, the people can make war law and they can make war law president. In Liberia, you kill my man, you kill my pa, will vote for you. Most of your people there in the house, they were people who fought the war. The people who got bad records. So if you want to bring the American standard and the American created the environment to make people to be held accountable at a high standard. That standard there, we have not reached that level yet in Liberia. We will try, but we're not. In fact, when people bring bad news on you, that when the people then can get interested in you more in Liberia, the likes of Nathaniel Magay went to the house after American sanction. Bill 12 went to the house after American sanction. So Nukwe, all those people, Prince Johnson, the late. So who you want? Show me one person in the society now, maybe besides JNB, that you will point finger to and say the person you get bad record on in Songan Kono. Rachel
No,
Kuhn
say
was
say maybe
11 years
JMB.
back.
Walter
It's in
Carter,
with
will you
JMB.
please?
It's in with
Will you
JMB. But
please?
he asked me question. He asked me
No, you
question.
don't
It's in
ask
with
that
JMB.
rhetorical question. Go ahead,
Yo,
Terry.
JMB was fired. JMB was
Walter
fired for
Carter, I
stealing.
don't
The
want to
poor
put you in
voted
the
for
garage.
him.
Walter Carter,
Oh,
I don't want
But
to park in the garage.
the firing,
I agree with too. I
okay,
agreeing with you. They fired him for stealing, but the poor voted for him too. I agreeing with you.
no,
Would the
they
poor
not
bad boy
fire
in
him.
Why
office?
would you say something
Oh,
about the president of
Okay,
the Republic of Liberia?
let's agree that they fire him, right, for alleged stealing.
But the
Do you
man
have proof
explained it
that
on the radio show. He said nobody fired him.
yeah, but he
They
will
were
not
not listening.
understand that.
but you can
Keto
see
don't
roll. I can't
understand
tell you
that
say
part.
yeah, I stole.
But
Now
you
yell
get
at
no
me before.
proof. When you yeah, but being in paper, anybody can read anything about anybody. The
The
paper is not
newspaper,
a quote.
the light are supporting you today, the light. The
The
light talk about it.
newspaper, brother, the newspaper is not a quote. Once you say when you accuse somebody of stealing, they have to go to court and be adjudicated and found guilty before you can come down and say, yes, the person stole.
So the other
You
put
see?
your phone guilty in the public opinion, were
Walter
they
Carter, why you want to
adjudicated?
read it? Why you
What
want to
public
bring this
opinion?
thing? Why you want to
Everything that we
relitigate
ever
issue?
said here was allegation.
Mr. So, Mr. To,
Walter
they,
Carter,
But then
I
I
don't
your
want to
time to
meet you.
talk.
I
okay,
don't want you.
talk,
Why,
let's
why
Don't
talk.
you not
touch
giving
it.
me
All right,
chance?
Walter
I
Carter,
allow
good
you to
night. Good
speak.
night. Good night. Good night.
You not giving
Park
me
in the
chance,
garage.
brother.
Why?
I know you.
Why?
I
Park
know
in the
you
garage
angry
now.
because they feel that the puppet made your vest. Yeah, that the only player able to turn your leg hook now, you get small leg current that Rachel could Rachel could Rachel could cash because he's too careless and stupid. You know, but so I mean, or labor, I say I got him very to the top, but because Rachel Kun is a very careless man. The Tabata is too much. And then woman too, and then when she passed, Tabata can come from there.
Good night,
Let
Terry.
me leave it
Good night.
before
Good night, Terry. Good night, Terry.
You see, Terry, you see how your papa can behave? You
Good
see
night,
how your
Terry.
papa,
Wonderful, wonderful show.
Terry is spoiling.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the people that want to do what kind of thing. Why are you just sitting in one corner and shut up?
I tell you,
Everything you're doing your
who
little thing in
asked
the
you?
corner. Why you
Who
gotta come to the media to tell the people I'm the spouse?
who
Why that
asked
you don't
you?
want for in all the predicament?
You're giving CDC legs to
Yeah.
predict. Who
The
asked
pay
you?
what current can catch that the pay
He
go
can't
for
hardly
current.
the pastor gotta confess your confess.
Yeah, man. Why you can't say that somewhere? The people ain't get time for you. You enjoying yourself. Nobody call you. The general go are you.
They can't talk
Yeah,
about
I'm the
my
spouse.
spouse.
I'm the spouse. When you became spouse? When? Yeah, man. They were your
What a
good like.
marriage certificate? Send it to them. That's serious.
but when I said, Pastor, are you not encouraging people to come to country?
That's some of the things I go tell them or post it or the pastor say they put my steam. Because these are some of the things that will piss people off, labor. And you see, the people not talking to you, they get nothing.
Oh, and then that spouse inside I brought the whole thing, right? Terry,
Huh?
Terry. I said that spouse in that brought everything, huh?
That's the thing. Because they were in the corner, nobody had time for them. Everything was rumor. Nobody cared, nobody know, nobody listen. But soon you talk about spouse now, everybody coming also. That the same thing happened with the other case. Everybody coming also. You
Then
know?
the next thing they find they can't just sue them, start rolling. I don't know what happened. I said, Labrador is a mess. I mean, they all come.
Yeah. Seriously.
But anyway,
Jesus Christ.
thank you guys. Let me
Hello,
just say
guys.
this. Let me say
Yeah,
this
man.
here before we leave. On a very serious note, I want to thank all of you tonight that participated in the conversation. I also want to say to many of you that make the call tonight, we are here to have these type of conversation. We will continue to do the best we can. I'm not guaranteeing you that we will always every night try to please you, but as long as we feel we're being truthful, we'll do our best. I hope Mr. Sherry will invite me, as he said, on Saturday, and let me go to his show and carry my liberal view on that side, and make sure they will understand that nobody hate them, except we're trying to make them to get in line, so that we will better serve the country. So I also want to say thank you all. Let's tune in tomorrow for Mr. Soul Show, where we're all gonna be on that show, be the counterweight as usual. There's no independence among these people. So we will do that, and as Mr. Walter Carter has suggested, hopefully he will start moderating here very shortly. The board will look into that. As long he doesn't come here,
Are you supposed to look into that into stuff?
as long
Why
he
you
doesn't come,
why you
as
want to interfere with
Mr.
other
Soul,
people's
let
job?
me make my point. As long he doesn't come here, start demanding pay. He's supposed to pay the bull
Forget
for
it.
allowing the opportunity to speak here freely. He's supposed to pay the bull. And we don't pay
And
people.
he gotta be independent because he
I
said
will
he's
bring
an
I will bring
independent.
good. I will send good for the
You got a
liberal.
job. You got a job. You got a job already.
You got to be independently, bro.
The liver like good, man. They have a big good
The
for
liver selling your soul for good now.
Wow.
You don't even have to be. You say you talk about goat. You can bring joy where you say it don't matter. You can have the show.
That is a mess.
All right, guys. Good night. Happy holidays
Good night,
to all
bro.
of you. Let's come in
Happy
on
holiday.
Coast tomorrow, and so we'll have fun because it's gonna be Christmas Eve.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
have fun here and
it'll be a good show
continue to talk
tomorrow.
about what is happening in Liberia. I just hope that, on a very serious note,
Keto, you
I
want to kick up tomorrow?
Yeah, no problem. But we
Oh,
gotta get
Jesus.
a topic. You gotta send a top. You gotta send
no,
a
no, no, no.
topic.
We don't do topic. You come with your own topic.
No, it's
What you want?
Wednesday. So that Wednesday,
Oh,
it's all things considered.
all
That
things,
one,
all things.
and I can tell you, when you are moderating, do not allow anyone to intrude. Do not control your time. You have the gavel.
No, no,
Oh
no. It
You
don't
yeah.
work
are.
like that. We know what he can do
Liver
when
just,
somebody
Liver just
moderating.
know you and Terry on the bottom, and when quick
Oh,
you're on the bottom.
It may even get enjoy it. You see,
they,
that's why we say CDC not coming back. He even got it.
that boy, you see, they tell the truth to you.
That's why we say CDC will not come back. The man even got a position here. He started displaying already. What kind of revenge he gonna do?
And I'm talking to my fans and telling me Esther and all sending me text message that you put
Okay, let me hear this.
Esther is supporting you?
Is it about LPR or you're calling for something else?
Wow.
Listen, Brigado. Listen, Terry. You all get your speaker. That cook scammer. They on the air say that private issue is that politics. When I say for the need to cover out criminal, you all get speaker. Who duping everybody? That way you come to the United States duping it. Married 3 different women and not divorced 3 of them. Is that a crime? They didn't make a big cooking everybody in cooking women, cooking people. Why more you can cook somebody in our country as a speaker?
Thank you.
When you look at it, say, oh, they play politics. Like, they see me President Boga scammer.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you.
Keto will be on tomorrow.
Keto will be on tomorrow. You can have your feed. I'm not even sure. I want to thank you all very much.
You not coming?
Now with Keto running, Brigade Boy and what's his name? Iram dropping the eye in the man there all over here. I play on can't show myself. Big man. Tomorrow the kind of Tabata will here
I
tomorrow.
will join my brother to see how you will moderate the show.
No, I think the CEO will shadow me. The CEO will shadow me to
No,
walk me
it's
into
nobody
the
shadowing
system.
you. You can't talk about
You on your own.
Job, we have $5,000
No. I
shoes.
ain't talking about
You
Joe. We
can't
have
talk about
shoe.
Job, we
I
have
ain't
$5,000 shoes will deal with you.
So when you're talking your
I mean,
own
the-
here, who can deal with you?
Well, I talk about my president don't wear even $100 shoes. What's wrong with you?
But you the right $1.5 million car.
Money that's on you, Terry. You can
Y'all
see this.
good night. Y'all good night. Alfonso, y'all good night. Y'all good night. The show over. The show oven. Let's quiet.
They show OVEN.
Yeah, Liberia, that's something else. And those are the people that will gravitate towards. Jesus.
Oh my
LIB.
God.
All right,
So
guys.
sometimes it's good.
Good
No,
night,
it's
bro.
good when we come on the kind of conversation to make us laugh to get rid of the stress and all that thing. But look, Liberia will make that country through laughter and seriousness will make it move the way we wanted to move. Because it's very funny, Mister.
Y'all
It's
good night,
funny.
man. Thank you,
All
Mr.
right.
So.
Good
Good
night.
night, gentlemen. God
Good night.
bless.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, guys. Thank you very much. Mr. Soul, we'll see you tomorrow as well. Thank you.
All right, I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. Again, folks, Samson told Labro Public. I want to thank all of you again tonight for calling in. Mr. Prince Sherry, if you're listening, send me the invitation. Let me come and shine on your show. I like to shine on other people's show. It doesn't. If I go anywhere, I know how to do business. You allow me to bring my palm wine. In fact, tonight I'm going to go out and buy my palm wine. All right, folks. on a very serious, and I want to thank all of you again tonight. Thank you for your continued support. Let's tune into Mr. Social tomorrow, where we will be allowed to express ourselves just as usual, and we will be the counterweight on that as well. Thank you very much, and please let's continue to pray for one another, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night, folks. Samson to Liberal Operator. Good night.
Sorry, girl. Bébé Carrie, laisse à ce que tu sois le bandit. La fino. Ase itawe ma. Ode odi.